Kalis, and tonight we have a rare opportunity to interview and have a conversation with Master Arnold Narzo, the Chief Instructor of Kalis Ilustrisimo Good evening, Master Arnold.
Evening.
And Master Arnold, since right now we're going to have a conversation, can you give us a background about yourself? Can you tell us more about yourself?
Okay, my name is Arnold Narzo, 49 years old. I was born in Manila, but I grew up in Cebu. When I was 5 years old, my parents put me to Cebu. So I grew up in Cebu until I finished high school. So when I finished high school, that's the time that I went back to Manila.
And since right now, Master Arnold Narzo, you are the head instructor, the Chief Instructor of Kalis Ilustrisimo, can you give us a background about your martial arts journey since you were young when you started your martial arts?
And when I was young, I loved sports. My first love was boxing and then basketball when I was in province. So I played basketball and varsity player in my school. And then I have a friend in the neighborhood who taught me basic boxing. So before when I was young, we love to watch TV. So in our place that time, only few have there's no color TV that time, it's black and white. And it's far from our house. So every night we gather friends, we go to our neighbor, I think 3 kilometers from our house. So we watch movies, action movies, sometimes we watch boxing. Then in the next day I copy it. So I went to the about my house, about our house because there's lots of banana trees there. So I made the banana trees as a punching bag. I punch, I kick. So that's the time how I try to, I practice with my own. So I try to copy. I realize this. Muhammad Ali, the time, Sugar Ray Luna, from Hearns. Then when it comes to action, I try to like watch Bruce Lee movie or Jackie Chan. So like I'm crazy because sometimes I like doing some, I don't know what's the name of the martial arts. I try to do like and then with snakes. So that's what I did when I was young.
And since right now, Coach, how did you discover the Filipino martial arts, and how about Kalis Ilustrisimo? How did you discover the bladed art of Ilustrisimo?
So actually, that was 1987 after my high school. When I graduated high school, so I want to go to Manila to find my father because my father left us when I was 5 years old. He left us, so he moved up to Manila and stays like a single man. So he forgot us. So because I want to pursue my studies, so I asked my mother that I want to go to Manila and find tatay and bring tatay to see tatay. So hoping that he can help me send to school because I want to go to college that time. So last days of my stay in Cebu, I saw a guy swinging sticks and like, wow, that's cool. So it got my attention. Like, oh, that's cool. So I just watching the old guy swinging sticks, and then after he swinging sticks, and then I asked him, Kuya, like an old guy, Kuya, what's that? They said, this is Lucy Paris. So in my mind, that's Lucy Paris. Everything that stick is Lucy Paris. So that's my understanding. So when I arrived Manila, so I didn't have friends that time. So I always stay at a barber shop with my father. And then one time, there will be a guy to be my friend. He said, oh, let's go to Luneta. Let's jog. I'm like, oh, Luneta. So that was the first time that I saw Luneta. I heard Luneta about in the books when I was studying elementary. Wow, Luneta. So we went to Luneta. And then the next Sunday, because I am familiar with the place already, so I jogged along. Then I stopped Luneta and then go up. Oh, there's lots of martial artists here. So on the other side, there are a group of boxers. There is another group on the other side with karate. They're doing kung fu, tai chi. So I watched them one by one. So the boxers are all Bisaya because they're speaking like the same or language. So I watched them and I talked with them. I introduced myself that I'm also Bisaya. And then later I transferred on the group, watching and seeing a little bit with the karate group. And then it's caught my attention when I heard tick tack, tick tack. So like, oh, wow, lots of Lucy Paris here in Luneta. So I continue my roaming around Luneta. I stopped in the first group. I watched them doing the stick, but like they're doing tick tack, tick tack, tick tack. What's what they're doing? Tick tack, tick tack. So I continue my walking around and then stop at their station where people doing stick. Then I said like they're doing like karate kata with the stick. Like what's that? They go like this. Yeah, yeah. And then they kick and they throw. Like what's that karate with the stick? Like I don't like. Then continue roaming around. Then I stop another group with the stick. They go like this. They go like that. That's how they will strike. But in my mind, I said like, oh, kids are better striking than them because if the stick, swing the stick like this.
That's a follow.
Yeah, if they follow through. But the way they strike, they go like this. Take like that. So you go around, and then the last station that caught my attention was the people like always shouting, go ahead, it sounds they're fighting. So I like, oh, there's another group there. So the last group before I go down and go back to my house. And I noticed that they're all Bisaya. So Bisaya, with the Bisaya people talk, sounds like they're fighting. No, it's not like this, go like that. So, wow, this is the real one. Because when I watch them slashing and slashing and slashing, I like this one. So the next Sunday, that's my plan after I jog, because I jog in like 5 o'clock, and then go straight to that place, waiting for those people to train, and then they come one by one. And then there's a guy who realized me that I was always there watching every Sunday. And then the guy said like, oh, why do you want to join us? You've been here every Sunday. So I said like, oh, can I? Yeah. So, okay, so I'm back next Sunday. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I can join the Lucy Paris. Yeah. So that's how I saw Luneta and watching different kinds of books of martial arts there.
So by the way, guys, if you're going to Luneta, Luneta is considered as a mecca for Filipino martial artists because if you're going to go to Luneta even up to now, there are various styles, there are different styles of martial arts, not only Filipino martial arts, they also practice Japanese martial arts and other Asian martial arts. But Luneta is well known in the Filipino martial arts community in the world. And Coach, since you told me that at first you thought that all of the Filipino martial arts are 12 pares, then you discovered the Ilustrisimo group. Then why did you decide that you wanted to train with Ilustrisimo?
So when I observed the movement, I said, this is how they will describe it. Even though I don't have idea how to stick fighting, if you give me stick, I will like this. I will not cut like that. So I go stick. For me, stick is for swinging. So I have to swing with the stick. So I like this idea because the swinging stick. And then I found out. I also observed that they're using. Say this is bolo, this is bolo, this is bolo. Like wow, this is a sword fighting system. So that's not how I get interest with that group.
That's it. And also, since Master Arnold Narzo is one of the few individuals who had the opportunity to train with the late Grandmaster Ilustrisimo, Master Arnold, can you please give us some of the stories or some of your experience training with the late Grandmaster Antonio Ilustrisimo?
Okay. That was 1993 when I officially joined the Kalis Ilustrisimo. There was a guy, I think he stays in Luneta, he lives in Luneta. His name is, if I not mistake, is Tony Chavez. Because he's leading the classes early as 6 in the morning. And then said, okay now, you want to join, I will introduce you to Tata. So he is the Grandmaster. So I was like, oh, it's the Grandmaster. So he brought me to Tata. I said, Dad, we have new student. His name is Arnold. now he stays the same in your place because Tatang lives in Parola. We have the same way, but when you drop on the corner, I do this way, Tatang will go. And Tatang said, yeah, okay, let them join your training. So that's how I started Kalis Ilustrisimo at that time. So actually, training, you asking me how what's the experience of training in Tata. Because for me, my uh, understanding of training, it should be like repetitions again and again, giving some techniques. So the teacher should be have a definition of the technique, checking you what's something wrong. But it's not what happened for me. So I cannot say I'm fully training with Tata. If Tata gave me some idea of his system. So this is the story because after our training in the meta, because we start as early as 6, then we finish like 10 or 11 at time. So after our training, we give Tata like, how much do you have? You have 20 pesos, you have 30 pesos, that's okay. So I collect so that the head instructor that time ordered me to collect. So, okay, collect now, collect that many people to Tata. So, I will give 20 pesos, there's 30 pesos, there's 50 pesos, we make it to Tata. Tang is the training fee for this Sunday. And then Tata said, okay, thank you, then I have to go now. So, since Tata going that way, so I'm like, oh, I rush running, touching Tata. I said, where are you going now? Where are you leaving? So like, I'm staying at Parola. So I said to Parola. So, you're living there, so we're going the same way. So I'm going Tata, so we got a jeep. And then after that, I invited Tata to my place for lunch. Tata, would you like to go with me to my house and eat for lunch? And Tata, yeah. So I invited Tatang to my place for lunch and then bring Tatang to his house. So that will be the routine every Sunday after our training if I have a chance to do with Tatang. Because sometimes Tatang invited by some other group like Master Topo's group, they invited Tatang to pick up Tatang and then to Las Piñas for a private training. But if I have a chance, go home with Tatang, Tatang to my house and then go to his house. So one time Tatang pick up sticks. And the Tata's come from the door, he's like, oh no, strike me, strike. Then first time, center, so I cut. Then Tatang react like this. Then like, Tatang, can you do it again? And then attack. And then he moves different from the first move. And then I ask again, I give him the same angle of the attack. And then another execution of the technique. I was like, Tang, first you do it here, you react. The second you do it here. And the third you do it here. And then he explained to me, this is the situation. My system is situation to situation. He said, so this is how I react wherever my hands form started. Okay, so that's the routine. Every Sunday after the training, then I go Tatang to his house, for my house first for lunch, and then to his house. He gave me about 3 techniques. He gave me 3 techniques. One time, that was holiday, so no work. I ride my bike to Vito Luneta. I saw Tatang there sitting down. Oh, it's not only Sunday Tatang here. It's here every day. So I stopped and talked with Tatang. Hey, Tatang, look here. He said, yo, come on, sit down. So he told me a lot of stories during this time. He's like, you know what? I'm roaming around Philippines, different islands for a fight, for sparring with a different carnisador. Like I went to Bohol, and then he mentioned the name that this place he is the best guy, the best system in the place. He said, oh, I went to Davao, I went to Bacolod. So he mentioned some names that of all Arnold in Bacolod, this guy is the best. He said he fought those Arnold in there, but they cannot defeat me. So then I beat them. So really, so I heard a lot of stories of that at that time. Very from his mouth. I said, oh, I was fight in something in Singapore. I'm not really sure, but he said it was a fight, and then the opponents will not fight not sure because the opponents got down. So that's my experience with Tata until 1997. One morning, the guy named Bibing, yeah, the guy who taking care of Tatang, went to my house and said, "Oh, your master is leaving one Sunday." So my understanding is my master is leaving to Luneta. So like, yeah, so like, okay, so I will follow. I have to take it back first. No, it's leaving. Yeah, I told you I'll follow later. Right? No, it's dead. Like, oh wow, it's dead. So I was shocked. So it saddened me because I only met Tata for a couple of years, 1985, 1967. But actually, no private trainings with Tata. He gave me some advices. He showed me his techniques, and he said like, he didn't have curriculum that time because his style, he said, is depends upon the situation. So yeah, so and then it's sad because when Tata died, he died before. You know, I feel sad when I remember Tata because when he was in his coffin, it's a very ordinary figure. So when you carry Tata, you need to lift up from the top because Tata may be fully down. And then a very ordinary cemetery. When I come back next, after 2 years, when I come back and check, it's gonna be there because according to the caretaker, the family will not fully pay the rent of the farm. So they took out Tata's bones and then put in a sack. So I said, where I can find the bones of Tata? So when the caretaker brought me to the place where sacks of bones there. So when I tried to lift up some bones, some sacks. So
It's happening.
yeah, because the sack is parang it's very old. So no, I stopped and I don't find Tata anymore. So that's sad. That's my experience with Tata.
Because Grandmaster Ilustrisimo is well known as one of the very famous swordsmen here in the Philippines. Not only in the Philippines, but also in other countries. He's an undefeated fighter for many, many years. And he lived up to an age of almost 100. I'm not sure if it's 90 plus.
90 plus or close to 100.
And what's amazing about Tata is I was able to check some of his videos when I way back the 90s. I can see the old videos that Tata is hitting using his sticks and using his cane. He can hit fighters almost one-fourth of his age and he's very fast. So that Tata really is very good.
I remember one time when he showed me some technique. This is the position it was. When he attacked, he stabbed my eyebrow was like this side. So he hits my eyebrow. That time, he has no control. He hit you right away. Sometimes he used a reverse grip and he said attack mode. Then hits me. It was like ouch. So that's why people say, oh, Tatang doesn't know that this Tatang hurting the student. But Tatang make you feel. So I like the way of how Tatang. I can see sharing the knowledge because I feel it. So when he hits me here, so this is the right target. So I remember that time that he hits me last. This one, he hit my nose, so it was a blood. But I think it looked like he has a magic. When he touch it, he touch it, then the blood stops.
Yes.